In this video I'm going to show you how to make drum and bass like HALOGENIX.
This one's a sheller.
Now what we're going to go through is a fun remake of the track HALOGENIX Sheller, and all the samples and presets used in this video are going to be from my Rollers DnB sample pack. So if you want to grab that, there's a link down below. We're going to look at the drums, then we're going to look at that main bass at the start, and then we're going to look at that wobble bass at the end. And then as a bonus, we'll look at the vocals I did. So the first thing you might notice here is that I'm using a project template. So if you want to grab the project template, there's a free download in the description down below, and that will just help you organize it the same way that I've organized it on here. And now let's zoom in on the drop. So what I'll do is, because each bar is a copy of the next bar pretty much, I'll just delete the first bar of the drop and then we'll recreate it. So let's zoom in even more. So you can see it there on the right, and we're going to recreate it on the left here. So the first thing we're going to do is put it in step mode, and then let's have a look at each element. So first we've got rollers kick 4. Sounds like that. And we're going to put this on the first beat and then halfway across the third beat. Next we're using snare number 5. And we've just put it up a semitone on here. Now this one's got quite a lot of high-end energy in it compared to like a normal snare. So it makes the groove kind of like hit faster in a way. It's hard to describe, but you'll see what I mean when I play it. And what we've also done on the mixer here is we've added a little bit of reverb on the reverb channel, which you can see here with Valhalla Room and an EQ here. And then on the actual snare group, we've just got a camel crusher on British clean setting like this. And they're both in mono, you can see. I've turned this all the way so they're both in mono. And we're mixing loud, so the kick is the loudest element coming in just under 0 dB, and then the snare is slightly quieter. So what we've then done is layered it with this clap. I've drawn this forward like this, so we don't get the hit of the clap, so it doesn't interfere with the snare hit, but we get the tail of the clap to blend with the tail of the snare to make it a little bit longer, because I thought the original snare was a bit too short. So now you get this. So instead of that, it's very subtle, but it makes a nice difference. And I've just put that in the other snare slot so they can combine with this camel crusher here. And that was clap 10 with the out just pushed like this to make it smaller. Now let's add some groove with the hi-hats and some percussion as well. So rollers hi-hat 1 sounds like this. And we've just put this every single beat, just like that. Then we get that awesome groove to start it off. Now we need to fill in some of the gaps and create some more groove. So rollers hat 3, we're just going to whack this in between the first beat and here on the third beat. So we get this. And then you'll see there's a cluster of hats coming in here. First of all, we've got hi-hat 26. And basically what we're trying to do is, normally we put a hi-hat here, halfway between the bar, and this gives some nice groove. So we'll do that one first actually. So hi-hat 19. So if we put this here, it gives it some nice groove to drum and bass drums. But we can also put more hi-hats in between these two, so on this side and this side, to give it that awesome groove that you hear in so many tracks. So hi-hat 26, let's start by putting this here, and then let's put one here as well. And then hat 15, we can put this here. And then finally hat 24. With the outs all the way here, just to make it a bit shorter, so it doesn't interfere too much with the other hats. We can put here, and then listen to it now. So if we remove this one, you'll hear that very common pattern, but we just added another one here to give it even more. And that sounds really awesome. And if we look at the mix down now, the hi-hats are just a little bit quieter than the snares. And we can even like turn this on here to make them more stereo. And some of them we could add reverb on as well. So we could come into here and go like here. And that just gives it a bit more rhythm, very subtle reverb to add to the groove of the hi-hats. So this is then copied 4 times to create 4 bars, and then another 4 times to create 8 bars. So this is what I would call a section of the drop now. So let me just remove the perks from here. And you'll see the only other thing we've got that is a bit different is these perks at the end of each section. So we've got 1 perk at the end of the first bar, 2 perks at the end of the second, and then it repeats itself. So this is perk 2. And if we go back to step mode, we'll add it in to this section here. So let's zoom in and we'll add it here. Listen to this. And then we'll add it twice here, and then we'll just repeat that. So if I go here delete those two, grab this, drag that across, shift drag. And then you can always add different transition sections at the end of 8 bars or at the end of 16 bars just to keep it interesting. But we won't do that in this. Now, if you want to learn how to make music like this, my Music Production Academy is available to join. We've got people making some awesome drum and bass in there, as well as other genres as well. So if that's something that takes your interest and you want to exponentially increase your learning and music production output, then link down below to get more information on that. So that is the drums complete. Now let's look at the basses. So here's the melody of the first one here. So we've got the main bass here and then the sub below it. Now the notes they're playing is D and D sharp. It's just because of the way the bass is created that it is on E and F, because that's basically playing a D because of the pitch adjustment during the creation of the bass. So let's have a look at the main bass. So this is from the Rollers pack and it's the Deceiver synth, but then I've slightly adjusted it to fit the track better. So you can see we've created the envelope here and it's on half rate. So we've just created this shape, you can see, and then we've put this on the level of oscillator A. And then we've added another wavetable on oscillator B. And then we've got PD coming through it. So without this on, and that's on 50%. And then it's also going through this filter here. So not too much of the high end is coming through. And then these combined go through these effects here. So we've got a chorus on, and then we've got a distortion on, and then we've got a multiband compressor on these settings here. And then we've got a delay, a very slight delay, and then an EQ just cutting out any more too sharp high range. You can see it's clicking a bit in the high range. So we just removed that. And we get this cool sound. So on the post-processing, we've got a Pro MB on it. So this is just pushing some of the mids and highs up further. And then we've got an OTT on it as well on 64% depth. And this is also running through a reverb chain, bass reverb here on 57% here. And the bass reverb has just got a Valhalla room on and an EQ on here, cutting out the lows. And then all this is running into the bass bus here. And that's where we've got our sidechain. And that's where we've got our Kickstart 2 sidechain working as well. You can see here it's connected to the kick group. So we just come here, right click, sidechain to this track, come into the Kickstart processing, and then right click here and sidechain to the kick group. Put this on audio mode and it will connect every time the kick drum plays, the bass will duck. So that's that bass. And then we've got the sub underneath. So this sub is just a basic shapes, so a sine wave layered with a drawn on sine wave. So we just drawn on bin 3 here to create this, and this just gives another frequency tone in the EQ. So if I show you the EQ of it, you'll see there's the sub here, and then there's another couple of frequencies coming through here which make it sound more aggressive. And we've also got this R bass mono on 73 frequency, which is where the note of D hits, and that just makes it sound even more thick. And altogether we get this. So on top of that, we've got this supporting bass, and these are also from the sample pack. So it's playing a D sharp there, and it's just the sustaining coming bass slightly adjusted. You can see there, it's like a slow attack one with these settings on it. And then we've got another bass that comes in here, and again the sub bass is supporting that underneath. This is another one from the Rollers pack, sustained bass. And then let me show you this wobble bass at the end. So it plays like this. Sounds pretty cool. Playing F to D sharp here. One of the wobbles is playing higher because of the way it's created. And it's essentially 3 different layers, all EQ'd. So they're all on number 24 here. And we're EQing out the low end. So these 3 patches are all combined together in the mids to highs, and then the sub bass is creating the low end. So the reason I've gone for 3 different patches is just because it was quite a unique sounding sound. So I thought, why not just layer some basses together and create some like groove, but also at the same time the heaviness that it created in the track. So the first one is the Deceiver from the thing, and you can see I've got the LFO on retrigger and 1/4 mode, and we're just focusing on the sound here. So it's creating like a wobble bass like this. And then the second one is doing the same. So again, it's on quarter retrigger on these settings. And then finally, we've got another one, which is like an electric style sound, also on 1/4 mode. And then all together they sound like this. So we'll do it just one thing at a time. So the first bass, add the second bass on top, add the third bass on top, and then add the sub underneath. So it just makes it sound more full compared to just having one patch on. And then finally, let's have a look at the vocal. So I just recorded something stupid with the vocal, but I just want to show you the sheller. So I recorded the sheller and it kind of sounds pretty similar. So let's listen.
This one's a sheller.
So this is just my voice doing a funny impression.
This one's a sheller.
And to get it to sound like quite professional, I literally just put this Klar vocals on it on start me up setting.
This one's a sheller.
And then put some reverb on it. So before,
This one's a sheller.
then with this,
This one's a sheller.
and then with the reverb as well. So it's coming in quite a lot, 95%, with a Valhalla Room on and an EQ on.
This one's a sheller.
We get that. Sounds pretty cool. But then to get that effect that HALOGENIX has got on it, I've layered it. So I've just dragged this down, created a new unique patch by going here. And then I've put it down -7 semitones.
This one's a sheller.
To get that,
This one.
I put an effector on it as well to change it up slightly, the Vox, so before.
This one's a sheller. This one's a sheller.
And then both of these over the top of each other sound like this.
This one's a sheller.
So if you're ever going to record your own vocals, there's a few tips for you. And then we just got some little build-up effects in here, which is just the drums copied, and then we've put a filter on it, and then just literally just a kick that's been shortened to give the build-up. Let's listen to what the final product sounds like.
I got my breakfast. I got my lunch. I got my dinner. Dinner. This one's a sheller. This one's a sheller.
Now that is the video complete. Now we touched a little bit on mixdown in this video, but if you want to learn how to fully mix down drum and bass, then I've got a video here going through the complete process that I use step by step. And then by the end of the video, you'll be able to apply it to your tracks and make them sound really, really loud and mastered at the same time.